Welcome back, David Heurtel, joined by Welcome Hall Mission's Sam Watts. We're talking about good people doing good things this afternoon to end the year here on CJD 800 in Montreal now. Before we get to our next guest, a very moving text here from Nancy and Magog. Good afternoon, David and Sam. I've been contributing to Welcome Hall Mission for a few years now. No one knows what tomorrow may bring. Any one of us could be out on the street in the blink of an eye. My contributions are by no means extravagant, but for $4.39 per meal at Welcome Hall Mission, I try to help. My other contribution throughout the year is Mothers Against Drunk Driving. Listening to Dean reminding everyone not to drink and drive warms my heart. We all have family and friends or even strangers to stay safe. Happy New Year to you all. Good health and happiness always. Thank you, Nancy. All the best for the new year. Sam?
Nancy, what a wonderful person. And in the Eastern Townships, too. So thank you for supporting Welcome Hall Mission. And thank you for supporting causes. This is one of the things that I like to highlight is I tell people, find the things that tug at your heartstrings. Find a few of them and get behind them. Support those causes. And it's great to hear from somebody who does that.
Absolutely. Moving now to our next guest. It can be extremely difficult and stressful to care for a child with disabilities. That is where Fondation Philou steps in. The Montreal-run organization cares for children with severe intellectual challenges and their families. Diane Chênevert is the founder and executive director of Fondation Philou, and she joins us now. Diane, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, David. Happy New Year, Sam. Thank you for having me.
It's great to have you on the show. So tell me more about your organization.
So Centre Philou was created 17 years ago. The only reason why it was created, I was in the aerospace industry. I was in the very high telecom industry. And then I guess it hit home that I needed to come back on Earth when I gave birth to a very severely handicapped little boy. And only to find out, going through hospitals and doctors, that there were no respite system for very young children with very, very severe disabilities. So I decided to create it. I left my job and I decided to create it. So today, 17 years later, well, we have respite for it's 4,000 night stays because it's overnight. And we have a little school for after 21 years old. And we also have a little daycare for before 5 years old. All this is to fill the gaps that are left behind by the system. And many gaps exist. And Centre Philou is there to fill them for those very vulnerable children.
So your son inspired you to do this?
Absolutely.
Wow.
My son is I call him my silent mentor, really, because he doesn't speak. He doesn't walk. He doesn't feed himself. He has a lot of, comorbidities. Like he's tube fed. He's highly medicated. He's epileptic. He's in a wheelchair, and he's totally dependent for every daily life activities like diapers and feeding and what have you. So, he's the one who inspired me, and that's why I call him my silent mentor.
What's his name?
His name is Philippe.
Philippe.
That's why
Philou.
It's Centre Philou.
Philippe. No, that's great.
Exactly.
So how many children and families have you helped through your work?
Oh, very many. So far, we actually right now have 220 families that we help on a yearly basis. And I would say that, some of them have passed away. Some of them have grown up. So altogether, 380, 400 families.
Well, that's tremendous, and and there are so many gaps in our system, aren't there?
Yes, there are many gaps, and our clientele is the one that is less talking about. they're kind of hidden. Like, we can't go out in the winter because of the wheelchair. They're very, very fragile, so we don't bring them out to the shopping center, or we don't necessarily go out to leisures and skating and what have you. So they're not very well, they're not seen. And even in the hospital, they're kind of, put in a special room all the time, etc., because they're fragile, which is great. But then again, that means that society doesn't see them. And when you don't see something, well, you don't know it exists. And it can happen to all of us because they're all born. It's all an accident of nature or an accident of the medical system, which is, not to blame because it happens. But it's just an accident of nature. So, it can happen to any of us. So we have to talk about them.
Sam? And Diane, just a question for you. What percentage of the support that the foundation receives comes from government or from hospitals? I'm just curious about that.
Oh, nothing from hospitals.
Oh,
Absolutely
wow.
nothing from hospitals. 40% from government now, and that's only been in the last few years. 60% comes from charity, from people who are listening, or from foundations or enterprises. So it's mostly private. Definitely for all of the maintenance of the building and all the rooms, that's all private as well. So yeah, it's we still have a little bit of work to do, and we have a great project for the 21 and older, because you know that when they turn 21,
the government is out. The government is completely out.
That's exactly it.
Yeah, that's what I understood. Yeah.
So that's why we did a school, because they still have something to learn. And the law says anyways that we can go to school up to 60 years old or 70 years old with somebody that can accompany you. So we decided to do that. It was, against all odds, but we did it.
Wow.
And now we need to build homes for them, because they can't take care of themselves. So we have to have special homes, because right now their only way out, is in the CHSLD. So we all know that, it's difficult.
We've heard a lot of stories over the last few years about the CHSLDs, so we understand, Diane.
Yeah. So some of them are great, but they're definitely not for 20 years old. And
well, they're overtaxed.
25.
First of all, regardless of what you may think, there's just too much pressure on the system already.
Absolutely. And, our clientele is 1 for 1, a ratio of 1 for 1, because you have to almost be tied to the hip to take care of a child or a young adult, like a polyimpaired child. So, we can't go to a CHSLD and be one of the 13 or 14 people that are in a group, right?
How do you keep going, Diane? What keeps you going?
You know what? Every morning when I wake up, I see the smile of my son, and he tells me to continue. And that is my fire. His smile is, "Hey, Mom, let's do this together." So I have 86 people working at Fondation Philou, all paid and decently paid.
Tell me about that team. I mean, what kind of professionals do you have?
I don't have professionals.
Okay.
I have students.
Students.
I believe
Interesting.
in students. I have students from University de Montreal and McGill University, mostly in fields like physiotherapy or even law. We have
those lawyers
young
again.
Doctors, lawyers again.
Those darn lawyers.
We need them. You know why? We need them because these kids really need lawyers
to be
able to continue living when they're going to be on their own, right?
Defend their rights. Them. Yeah.
Yes.
They have rights. Yeah.
Perfect. So we have young students, and what we want, our motto is that they become conscious that these children exist, and what are they going to do? They're going to spread the word out that, hey, it can happen to all of us. So let's help them. Let's show them. Let's make them participate in our society as full people. I mean, that's what they are. They're just in a wheelchair with tons of medication. But then again, they bring something to society.
They do.
Like,
They do.
like a crooked tree in a forest. The forest is pretty because there's a crooked tree somewhere, and kids actually go up the crooked tree. Well, it's the same thing for us. I mean, they do have a purpose in our society.
I only have a few seconds left, Dan. What's your wish for 2023?
That we actually build
The
our home
Yeah.
for the 21 and older so that they can stay there and their parents can actually start living.
You have a website?
We do. Centrefilou.com.
Centrefilou, and that's Philou.
That's correct.
All right. Diane Chênevert, thank you so much for sharing
Inspiring,
your experience. Very inspiring.
Thank you.
I'm emotional right now. So, but Diane, your story and the best to you and your son and your great organization. Thank you so much, and all the best in 2023.
Thanks, David. Thanks, Sam. Take care of yourself. Happy Merry New Year.
Thank you. Diane Chênevert, founder and executive director of Fondation Philou.